Hello, soul family. This is Kamara with Rooted Futures. How are you? So we're up for another pick a card. I feel like I'm on a roll. I've uploaded 2 other readings and this one will go out the next day so that I can kind of space them apart. So I'm trying to keep my promise of putting more content here on this channel, but I want to thank you all for supporting my channel, for supporting our connection by subscribing to this channel, maybe clicking the bell if you want to know when I upload more material. I also want to thank you if you're following and coming over here from TikTok. I really appreciate it. And if you are on TikTok and you haven't found me on TikTok, I'm Rooted Futures on TikTok as well. So this reading, you all, another pick a card. And this one is going to be on just what is coming up next in this love connection. So what's coming up next in terms of love and this new love connection? What is it that you need to know? What is it that they think about you? We're going to get into a lot of the details, as much as details as we can. So you got 3 cards piles to choose from. And these are the oracle cards that we've already pulled, shuffled and pulled, but we'll also be doing some live tarot shuffling to answer and clarify any questions. So this is about your next love situation. And so we've got group number 1, which is this really cool nautilus shell. We've got group number 2, which is this very cool mushroom crystal. We've got group number 3, which is this really cool ancient goddess Venus of Warendorf, I think, or she might be called something else now. So we've got 3 piles, 1, 2, and 3. You might want to pick by timestamp numbers, which are going to be below. And yeah, join me for the number you pick. You might pick 1, you might pick all, you might pick a few. Thank you for joining me. Okay. Hello, group number 1. So you picked this really beautiful cosmic nautilus shell. I don't even know where I got this from, but it wanted to be a pick a card pile. Leader. Simple, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to talk about what's coming up next in your next love connection. So it can assume that this is probably mostly for single people, and we'll find out if you've met that love connection or you have yet to meet them. And this is across all genders, across all sexuality. So take what resonates and fits for you, and if something doesn't resonate or it doesn't fit, please disregard it. And also know that these are probabilities. Tarot is about probabilities. It is not about the actual fact. So make sure that you're practicing discernment when you're listening to these readings. But let's move forward into our imagination around love. So who is this person that's coming towards you, group number 1? Because, wow, I've got to say that their energy and their power, they're so powerful on an energetic level here. So let's see who's coming. Okay. They're a star ancestor. Totally makes sense, group number 1. So it says below, it says follow the voice of your soul. I feel like this is a soulmate, group number 1. Now it can be, like I said, across genders, but here's what I want to say about this person. You all share a very ancient cosmic connection. So this is definitely a past life person, but they are related to you from the cosmos. So you all have known each other beyond the earth realm, beyond the 3D. And I get that you all might have even spent some past lives together in Egypt, ancient Egypt, because I'm seeing these pyramids here. I'm also seeing like some star constellations, so you all might be from Sirius or Orion. Like, I think wherever there's a popular star constellation, you may be from that tribe or clan or family of folks. So this person is also a part of your soul family, group number 1. They have really beautiful eyes, like whatever color eyes they have. Some of them might have light color eyes, such as blue. If it's a blue, it's a really deep, like ocean blue, very beautiful. But they're deep set eyes, regardless of the color. They're very, they express a lot of feeling in them. So this person really captures people with their eyes. Like, they're very attentive towards people. They look at people in the eye, as much as it's appropriate. They, people can feel their heart and their softness in their eyes. I don't know why, but Spirit is reminding me of this old TV show. Oh my God. But Spirit is saying like Mork and Mindy. Mork and Mindy. If you remember that TV show, put it in the comments. So it's saying like at first you all have this kind of Mork and Mindy kind of relationship. Like this person, I'm just really tapping into their energy. This person is a little different, but not different in a way that they dress different or some external thing. It's kind of like their energy is different. And so many people walking around or who encounter them, group number 1, including yourself, you get a different vibe from them. You're just like, I can't put my finger on it, but this person is totally different. Maybe some of the things they say, the way that they think, is just a little bit different. And that is going to be like a real quirky, wonderful thing about your relationship, is that I get that you are very curious, group number 1. So when you meet this person, that's how they're going to pull you in, is because you're very curious about them. Like, who is this? And instead of that repelling you, it attracts you to them. Like, you're just like, I need to know more about you. Like, there's gonna be, like, in the beginning when you meet them, group number 1, there's gonna be something they say or something they do that hooks you right away. Like, you're just like, who is this? Like, who thinks like this? Or you're gonna notice a connection to something they said that you were just thinking about, and you're like, okay, this is weird, because I don't think I ever would have met someone who also liked this, or who also thought this was weird. There's going to be some way in which you both connect, group number 1, that you both start to notice what you have in common, but you're also noticing in the beginning that this person's very different. So you're not really experiencing the mirror just yet. But you're very curious about this person, group number 1. And I get that you're attracted to them, but you're also just like captivated by the way that they even look at you. It's almost like their eyes have this really beautiful expression, and you're trying to figure out, does everybody experience this with their eyes or just you? I love it, group number 1. You're gonna be like, is this person doing this to everyone, or is it just to me? Like, am I special to this person, or am I just having the same experience as everyone else? Which is kind of funny, group number 1, because I'm hearing from them right now. I'm kind of can hear their energy a little bit. I don't know how to explain it, but they're saying, no, actually, this is for you. I'm looking at you. I'm seeing and communicating to you, to your soul. It's so beautiful, group number one. Oh my goodness. And I'm seeing, like, right when he said that, when I heard it, I see these 3 stars. I wonder what these 3 stars are. They're very bright. They could be planets even. They just came to my attention. So this energy is showing me that there's 3 very prominent stars in the sky, maybe next to the Big Dipper and Little Dipper, and maybe next to, what's that constellation that looks like a horse? Is that Sagittarius? I don't know, but I've got I'm not that up on my astronomy, but oh my goodness, they're pointing out that they're from, there's a line of 3 planets or 3 pretty prominent stars, and they're saying that's where they're from. That's where you're from, group number one. They're saying that you both share that lineage. I'm kind of getting for you, group number one, that you may have not remembered that connection, or maybe it's something that's coming into your awareness. But this person, when you meet them, if you haven't already, we can find out if you both have met. I don't think you have, for a majority of you. When you meet this person, you're going to start having more dreams, group number one. You're going to start having more synchronicities in your life that not only have to do with him, I say him, them, that don't have to only do with this star ancestor. It's like you are starting to remember a lot of different things about your past lives, your cosmic past lives. And it's going to be, this person is going to serve as a catalyst for that, group number one. So how do they see you? Very interesting. Wisdom in play. This card kind of reminds me of Temperance. And it says underneath, it says, our intuition knows more than we do. So they see you, group number one, as a highly intuitive person. They see you as someone, like, you can look and see that this figure, they're blindfolded, yet they're like, they have this precision of pouring from one cup to another. And so group number one, your person sees you as a very powerful psychic, seer, a very powerful person, but they also know you. Look at this person. They look otherworldly, right? They don't look like they're from Earth. The typical from Earth. You know, they have the pointed ears. So this could be like the look, how you've looked on on other planets. But here's what I want to say, group number one. They're showing me that they see the original you. Like, they can see, when they're looking at you intently, they're seeing past the mask of the earthling. You know what I mean? Like, I hope you understand that. Like, they're saying that when you all take on bodies on Earth, because you all have a mission here, right? The star people, they have a mission here on Earth to help Earth evolve. So they take on Earthling kind of bodies. But he's saying, I keep saying he, so I'm getting a real masculine energy from here, but please, you know, reverse this as it's needed. This energy is saying that when you all take on these bodies, your still original form is still behind the eyes. Like, anyone who's from the same place, when you look into each other's eyes, you could see your original form. It's so powerful. That's really powerful, group number one. And so they're saying that when they look at you, they're seeing the original you. They're seeing you and your power and your beauty. But they knew you right away. Like, they're saying, like, the way that you use your intuition, the way that you trust it, let them know right away and attracted them to you. It's interesting because they're showing me that so much, your intuition is so acute that you rarely use your sight. This is very interesting. They're saying that your original body form doesn't use eyes in the same way that earthlings use eyes. And so that your senses in some areas are so powerful that you don't need your eyes. They're showing me too that for some of you, you may have some sight impairment. This is very specific right now. A couple of you may have been born blind, or someone without sight, or you may have some impairments around your sight. And he's explaining to me, so take this if it resonates only, he's explaining to me that you are so powerful with your other senses that it's really rare for beings of your type to want to use human eyes. It's almost as if you feel more comfortable, you feel it's almost like you feel much more comfortable in your other senses. Now again, I don't want this to be like a blanket statement for everyone who experiences sight impairment or blindness. That's not what I'm trying to say. But this energy is saying specifically about you. It's linked to a past, your past life cosmic form. Like you prefer to use your other senses. So they're saying that you may have some impairment that happens on the physical side with your eyes, or something to do with your eyes, or you just like tend to wear a lot of glasses or sunglasses. Like you tend to, there's ways in which you cover your eyes a lot. Like you may even have a hairstyle that covers your eyes. Some people, I'm seeing that, like, you know, kind of like a you know who did that back in the day was like Aaliyah. Always had like a kind of a bang covering an eye. Like there's something there about how you you pull back externally with the use of your eyes in some form or fashion. I don't know why that was very specific for some specific people. But back into the general group, this your relationship, it stems back from ancient times. So how do you both see each other? Well, I get that your person, group number one, they see you as someone who's really creative. They see you as someone, you might be a professional artist, you might be an illustrator, some of you might be an illustrator, some of you may be a crafter, like you, or an artist of different types, even textile art. I'm seeing for some people maybe watercolor. Some of you might be, not only do you journal, but you write. So not only do you create, but you're also a writer. And most definitely, this person sees you as the embodiment of the divine feminine with this goddess card. So yeah, some of you are writers, some of you are artists, but your person sees you as a very powerful divine feminine, someone who's very connected to nature, someone who's got so much life force in them. They're really in awe of your senses, your ability of how you use your senses to see in other ways. We talked about that. Your sensuality. This person sees all that about you. They really love what you write. Maybe you will write them letters, or maybe you'll send them beautiful text messages. Whatever you're going to do, this person really loves to read your words. They love when they're showing me like a scene, future scene maybe, of you both like kind of just laying down, maybe on the sofa, maybe in bed, and you're just kind of reading your work to him. It could be a him, it could be them, her, you know, transpose this as you will, but you're reading to your person. You're sharing your creative works with them, and they say that they really love that about you, group number one. Now, how do you see them? As a prince, a companion, a mentor. Okay, that kind of fits group number one. I think you're gonna see this person as royalty. I think they give you that vibe, like you're curious about their story, their origin story in the cosmos, because you feel like they're an important person, group number one. Just like they have leadership vibe to them. They feel like they are very wise, and they're also very charming. They use their power in a good way. Like you could tell they're a powerful person, but they're very patient. You never see them impatient with people. You never see them barking at someone. You know what I mean? Like you never see them out of alignment, group number one. This person is very grounded and very you know, they're quiet most of the time, but not quiet in a way that other people feel like, gosh, you don't talk to anyone. It feels like they're quiet and introspective, but they definitely, whenever they speak, they have such beautiful things to say. And when they're talking to you, you notice that they were listening, because whatever they comment on, it's in response. It's part of the conversation, right? And so they're patient. They've got all this blue around them, like this watery. They're just so emotionally connected. And so you feel this prince vibe with them, like someone who's you know, like highly trained, someone who's ready to take the reins of a leader, you know, in any moment. Like they're being groomed to be a leader. They are a leader in many aspects. You definitely will feel them as a friend. I think that you all will even start the relationship off as a friendship first, group number one. I think that's because you're just so curious about them that it just immediately moves to, hey, it goes to some kind of formal. I'm kind of getting this. They're telling me that it goes to some kind of formal thing first, like maybe in a work way. You decide you want to interview them, or you want to do some kind of informational thing with them. There's some kind of way where you both connect professionally first. Maybe you're even thinking of them as a mentor for you. Maybe the way that they express themselves and just who they are, group number one, you feel like they could offer you a lot. And I think you would be correct in your intuition that this person would offer you a lot, group number one. They, I get a sense that they're far more connected to their past lives. Maybe they do this past life work as a past life. Maybe they do past life work. There's something, it's not that you both are on different levels spiritually. It's just that they've been focusing more on your cosmic ancestry than they have been on any earthly projects, where I feel like you're the opposite. So there is plenty to learn from them. But I also feel that maybe you both share the same career, and they're just in a place where they're doing things differently, and you may reach out to them just kind of as a mentor, kind of as a colleague, and that might be the beginning of your relationship, which obviously turns into like companionship. And it just looks very beautiful. Like I see you all talking at cafes. This person's really sparking your interest. You know, low-key, I think you're drinking their Kool-Aid, because you're just like, oh my God, like the things this person says, you're highly impressed with them. So let's just look at some cycles that are happening around you too, just to give you maybe even some ideas of what might be going on in the environment around you when you both meet and connect. Well, solar eclipse might be happening around the time that you meet. Now, the next solar eclipse for this year, maybe the next and last one, would be October. I think late October, like October 25th of 2022. That's when I'm filming this in August of 2022. Although this is all timeless, so if you see it, just go to research the date of the next solar eclipse. But if you're watching it now in real time, our next solar eclipse is in October. And this motherwort, very beautiful and powerful herb, group number 1. And I would say that motherwort is very interesting. It honors the cycles. So it's an herb that you want to work with when you want to understand the cycles you're in. So this could be interesting when you're thinking about some of the work of remembering your star ancestor, your star ancestors, and your star ancestry. That's what I want to say. And so this motherwort might be of interest to you, group number 1, because it's about creating your own, it's about integrating and creating your own reality. And there's something here that is your future person, partner, they're from a different reality. And the more that you embrace and accept that, group number 1, which I think you will, no problem, I think you're going to start to need to integrate that into your world. Like, where are the parts of your world that are closed to other realities? And so you're gonna find that in this relationship, your concepts of what is real and not real is constantly being challenged. And it's almost like it's like an onion is peeling back on all the layers of wisdom and knowledge, and you're learning so much from this person. So I definitely see that around the solar eclipse might be where you both meet. So take a look at your chart, see what's happening, group number 1, around that time, because you're going to meet your star ancestor, and who is also your divine counterpart during that time. Now, what are some challenges that might come up for you all in this relationship? We have the Djinn and we have the Dragon. You know what's interesting about this Djinn card is that it says on here that the Djinn has granted you the audience with anyone you've ever desired to have an audience with. But the catch is that you only get 5 minutes with this person. The genie's gonna bring them to where you are, and then you only get 5 minutes, and the genie brings them back to where they were. That's interesting. Then you have the Dragon card, and it just says you will encounter a hostile dragon. So in terms of challenges for this relationship, I think that you both are going to want to be very conscientious of the use of this person's insight and power. And I think that there are some things Spirit's saying that this person knows that you don't know. There are some things that you know that this person doesn't know. And while you both are getting to know each other, you're both getting to share a lot of your wisdom, Spirit is saying here that just to watch out for the use of power in the relationship and the use of power outside of the relationship. You both can get to a place where you're very familiar with your brand of power and influence. And in many ways, it makes you both much more powerful than many people that you share this plane with. And I'm not saying that you all would ever do anything that was out of alignment, but I think that you all can get very used to each other's energy and company and power and forget that other people just don't have that same ability. Other people just don't have that same worldview and outlook. And sometimes together, a relationship like yours, it can kind of start to isolate you two, and you two really start to pull away from your communities. And Spirit is saying that just to be aware of that, like how you both can just become so consumed with each other that you can ignore signs that you are excluding people in your relationship. So maybe this is just talking about when you hang out with other people or whatever. Also, there is an older woman, a very wise older woman. I don't know if it's a person connected to you, group number 1, or to this counterpart. But this wise older woman, she could create some difficulties for your relationship. That maybe this is their mother, an older woman in their family, like an aunt, grandmother, or vice versa for you. There's something happening with an older female, either family member, it could be a boss, it could be a landlord, it could be someone in authority over something. Could become problematic for the relationship or try to create problems for the relationship. I'm not getting that they're big problems or anything that you all can't resolve. I just think that this person is going to bring a certain level of stress to the relationship early on in the relationship. Maybe they don't agree with you both going out with each other. I don't really know what's going to happen, group number 1, but Spirit wanted you to know that there's somebody you're going to have to navigate their feelings. So Spirit is saying you're both going to have these romantic feelings for each other. That's not going to be a problem. But Spirit is also saying that you both need to work on forgiving and learning. So this is interesting because I didn't see it come up before. But, there is some kind of energy around you all, you especially group number 1, really trusting who this person is, how they're showing up. I think there's such an anomaly to you, but at the same time you can find yourself kind of picking them apart, trying to with a real critical eye, like this can't be real, this person can't be real. And so Spirit wants you to focus on the gift of this person, and that they are quite genuine, and that you can look at forgiving the past. You can look at learning from this person. Again, there's that mentor vibe, and relax the need to control, group number 1. That's just, the advice that's coming in after that challenge. So some last messages. Break the chain. So there you go, group number 1. Break the chain. If that's a family pattern where people are super critical, like there's always this critical, observant eye on everything. If that's a pattern within you, group number 1, you're being advised to break that chain. But they're also saying it might be ancestral. Do people in your family kind of pick each other apart? Are they highly critical? Look at that, and look at, this is interesting. It says, look at healing it, but also rewriting the future. And again, group number 1, you have the scribe, You have this delante. It's kind of interesting. There's something in your writing skills that's going to help you break this pattern of criticism. If you want help with this, Archangel Metatron is going to be the angel for you to work with. There might be some sacred geometry symbols you want to work with, group number 1. But you can also ask Metatron to help bridge your understanding with this star partner of yours that you're coming into, and helping you get clear on what you need to forgive and what you can open yourself up to learning. So there's plenty here, group number 1. I'm excited by this relationship. It is very cool. It feels very powerful, group number 1. I feel like I've been talking for a while and we haven't even done your tarot cards. So let's just do a quick tarot, what else, anything else you want to share, Spirit? Okay. Ooh, Spirit has plenty to share right away. But I feel like you've gotten some really good tips from Spirit, if you want to say that, group number 1. I feel like you've gotten some real good advice so far about just this relationship. And yeah, let's take that. Okay. Ace of Wands, 8 of Swords, I think that there's a lot of attraction here with this Ace of Wands. There's going to be a lot of attraction between you two. And what you want to be aware of, again, group number 1, is that illusion that you are still a victim of past harm when it comes to love. It's almost saying with this 8 of Swords, you get to decide, are you going to sit in that position and just ruminate over all of the past wrongs that have been done for you, or are you going to liberate yourself? Are you going to get up out of that seat and live your life and become happy and really work your magic, group number 1? Like, from a position of the Magician, you have the tools to create this life any way that you wish for it to exist. You were born with those tools. They're a resource for you that was given from your original people. Some of it may have been not passed down to you as these lives go on, but you internally have the wisdom, the magic, the power of the Magician, group number 1. And that means that if you want to heal this part of yourself that is kind of holding you back from a full experience of love, you can do that. You can absolutely do that. The bottom of the deck is the Chariot. That means you definitely choose your path, group number 1. Choose your path. But you have this beautiful opportunity waiting for you right here. Right here. That's what Spirit is saying. So you get to choose. You get to decide. All right. I have enjoyed this. I really feel like you're a powerful couple. And I sense that you both will learn and do so much for us, for the collective, group number 1. So thank you. Thank you to your future partner for sharing what they did about themselves. And I hope that you both find a way towards each other fairly quickly. So if you've liked this, please give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe and click that bell if you want to know when I upload other videos. I really do appreciate the connection with you, and any comments that you want to leave regarding this or any other future readings, I appreciate it. Take care, group number 1. Hello, group number 2. How are you? This is Kamara with Rooted Futures. So thank you for joining me in this pick a card reading on your next relationship, like what's happening next in your relationship, and what's coming up in this new connection of yours. You know what I am going to say, group number 2, before we get started? Now, this could either be for your partner, your new partner, this new energy coming towards you, or it could be about you, or it could be about the both of you. I think throughout this reading, you two, I'm getting mirror each other quite well. So many of the things that I might talk about might apply to you. But what I get from this mushroom crystal, it's really kind of neat, is that both of you, or maybe this new person coming towards you, are very introspective. Like, you like to explore your consciousness. This partner even likes to explore their consciousness. Together, that might be something that you all do. I get that you both are very connected to nature, so you may go into nature a lot and meditate, or you may even participate in plant ceremonies. Both of you all are very connected to nature on your own. That's what I'm hearing from Spirit. Like, it's not unusual for you to go off into nature, go on a hike or a walk by yourself. Neither is it for your partner. There's times where I think this person might even have like a place in a rural setting, or you might even, you might imagine yourself moving to a rural setting, a place where there's very few people, kind of the way opposite of a city. You imagine yourself maybe growing things. Maybe some of you are herbalists or seeking to become an herbalist, or either way, both of your lives are very connected to the earth, group number 2. Maybe you're activists, like, or you care about our ecosystems. I hope you care about our ecosystems, but like you do work about that. This new partner of yours is very much connected to the well-being of the earth, the well-being of people living on the earth. They give me a sense that they have some deep concern about that. Let's check out who the energy they're embodying. Oh, okay. That makes sense. They are showing up as the Lord. It says take charge with authority. So yeah, group number 2, this energy is, the Lord is like an emperor if you're looking at traditional tarot. The Lord here, it confirms in this picture, the Lord, it's very much connected. Nature is around this Lord, right? This Lord has animals and nature around them. This Lord, they hold a scepter even, which is the combination of the divine feminine and the masculine. So when you look at the top of a scepter, the round part is the womb, and the long part is the lingam, and then there's that cross in between. It's like the bringing together of those two energy systems. This person is very balanced, even though they present as very masculine in their energy. That's the energy that they bring forward publicly into the world. That doesn't necessarily mean that's their gender. They bring a masculine energy into the world. Like when they walk into a room, people assume their control and their power, just based on how they hold it in their body, how they speak. Even I'm hearing the cadence of their speak. You all, this person is very much perceived as a leader. I get that this person, for some of you, is very well known in whatever career they have or what kind of work they do. Their name is well known. That's what I'm hearing. Not so much that people know what they look like, but people know their name. That's interesting. So their name is they have a reputation, I would say, group number 2. But what you need to know about this person too is that they're very connected to the earth. I don't know if that's, I'm not sure if I'm getting it like they're connected to the earth in terms of the work they do, or they're connected to the earth. I get that they like to be out in nature a lot. They would prefer it to having business meetings or being in the city. Or so whenever you find this person, they're often just out in nature doing things on their own. They're very much like a child of nature. They definitely protect nature. Like, that, don't talk to this person about doing anything that's against the earth or its inhabitants. It's funny because Spirit is showing me about this person that they not only care about animals and the earth, they also care about human beings. Like, they're making that important, and maybe this person will make that important too, because maybe in the past they felt like environmentalists were really just about protecting trees. And he's like, no, I'm protecting the people, everyone who lives on the planet. That's like what I'm protecting as well. So this person has a real commitment, I would say, to the earth and, you know, clean drinking water. Maybe this person has something to do with like making sure people have access to clean drinking water. I'm hearing that specifically for a couple of you. So yeah, this person is they have a lot of like values, and they're very committed. And at the same time, I get that they are very successful. Whatever they do, they're very successful at it, group number 2. But also very like under the radar screen. I could call this humble, but I also just call it like very down to earth and grounded. Like, whenever this person could be like a billionaire, and people would always say the same thing about them when other people ask. They're like, hey, have you met so-and-so? They would say, oh yeah, super grounded, super down to earth. And I think that your person doesn't like drive the fancy cars, doesn't have like the home that you would expect, even though their home is really nice. It's really super, you know, just modest. Like, there's something about their life that's really modest, but not in a way of being cheap. It's just that they don't really focus on those things that their money can buy that kind of signal that they're this wealthy person. They put their money into projects. They put their money into helping communities. They're a philanthropist. You all, they give away a lot of their money for good causes. So this is a person who, I'm hearing this right now, has frustrated a few partners who wanted to seek gold from them, because they do have it, trust me. But these partners were never able to get him to be flashy. You know, I'm saying a him, but whoever they are, like, it could be a man, a woman, non-binary, but no one, there's been partners in the past that they've had that try to get them to show their wealth, and they're just like so not into it. You know what I mean? And if that's something that's important to you, you better know right now that this person gets very irritated by stuff like that. They're not showy, they're not flashy. They do spend their money, they do take care of themselves, they do like to take vacations. It's not like they're cheap. It's just that they're not into that showy lifestyles of the rich and famous. So how do they see you? This is interesting, group number 2. It says broken dreams. And underneath that, it says only you can accept or reject your dreams. So group number 2, I'm going to be straight with you. I'm always straight and truthful in these readings. I think that your person, and I want you to listen to what I say before you click off and say this isn't me, or before you click off because you think this is not a very positive thing. I want you to listen to this and just like sit with your heart and see if this is the truth. This person, they're very unique, this person's energy that's coming towards you. I think when I described them as being close to the earth, I described some of their values, I described what's important to them, but I really didn't describe probably the most important thing to them. This person is very spiritual. That's where their link to the earth comes from. They're very spiritually inclined. They have a spiritual relationship with the earth. They feel like their main purpose of being here is to help the earth to heal from destruction of people who have been like him. You know, like for some people, literally, this is the embodiment of the person that's coming towards you. They might be a cis white male. This person, if that's this person, this is for a few of you, not for everyone. But if this person kind of looks close to this picture, you know, in terms of cultural phenotype, this person wants to rectify the destruction of the earth and civilizations because of past greed, colonialism, capitalism. This person spent a lot of time understanding how people in his position have really taken the earth and put it on a path of destruction. And this person is so conscientious now, like they're so thinking on a whole different level, that when they started to do the work, and a lot of their work they did was very deeply intensive on the mental, physical, and spiritual level, you all. Wow, this person is very powerful. They just decided to do an overhaul of who they were. And they've done some spiritual work, and they've realized, maybe it was on a plant journey, plant medicine journey. This is very specific, but I have a feeling it needs to be said. This person saw that one of their duties, one of the reasons they are here in this 3D at this moment, is to be a conduit of love. So I just want you all to take that in. Just take it in. That this person, when they meet you, group number 2, they see a person whose heart has been literally attacked. They see someone whose heart has been, you know, someone attempted to destroy your heart. I don't know who you are, group number 2, but it says to me that you've experienced something that was so heartbreaking, whether you're grieving the loss of someone or you're grieving a real narcissistic relationship you had to escape. You're grieving in a relationship, and, you know, trigger warning, but, you know, this is the reality of many of our lives. Some people are escaping abusive relationships in many forms: emotional, physical, spiritual, financial. Whatever happened to you, group number 2, and this doesn't have to be recent, it could have been in the way past, it had the capacity to shatter you. But I'm saying this, it had the capacity, because I gotta show you, group number 2, it didn't destroy you. You are here, group number 2, but you're also very wounded. You're very wounded. Like something about, you see how this figure has an egg that has been crushed, cracked open. It's almost as if, now this is going to be specific for some of you. Some of you had maybe a miscarriage, or you may have lost a child. I'm sorry about that if that is for you, if this does apply to you. But if you've had a miscarriage, or you lost a child that was very young, or you might have lost a child that was any age, I'm very sorry for that, group number 2. And I'm here to tell you that this person coming into your life, they are sorry too. They see the pain that you're in. They see where this has literally taken you away from who you are. And so group number 2, this person sees it as their purpose to pour love into you. They see that they have the opportunity to do that. They see you as, and I know this is going to trigger some people, they see you as someone they can fix. But I don't mean that in a overly confident, conceited, narcissistic way. This person feels like they've spent a lot of time building their coffers, meaning they spent a lot of time resourcing themselves, healing themselves, making sure that while they're doing that, they maintained their material wealth, because they understood at the end that they were supposed to gift that to someone. They're supposed to gift that to someone so that this person can rebuild their life in a way that feels healing. Now, they have a particular philosophy, you all. This person wants to give that back to someone they believe their family may have taken this away from in a past generation. You all, this is deep. This person is trying to do their part to heal an intergenerational wound. Trespass, an intergenerational trespass. So when they meet you, and let's not get it twisted, group number 2, they're very attracted to you. This is not a transactional. It can feel transactional at first, because when they see you, they are attracted to you, but they also see someone whose heart has been wounded by conditions way beyond their control. And when they see you, they know they are the one that can pour back into you, that can pour love back into your life, that can pour nurturing and healing back into your life. They know they can do that. They know they have the capacity for that. And they feel like for once in their lives, I'm not even joking, they're telling me this right now. They feel like for once in their life, this is the most important thing they'll ever do. I want you to hear that again, group number 2. They feel like loving you, pouring back into you until you've fully healed, is the most important thing they can do with their lives. More important than the riches they've created, more important than the personal healing they've done, more important than any of the projects they're working on or money they've donated to projects. They feel like this is the most important thing. Woof. Tell me who this is, y'all. Just put their name in the comments. I promise I won't go after them. But tell me who this is, y'all. Let's see. We're not even through. We don't even have all the cards out. Lord, let's see what you think of them and what they think of you. Here's what they think of you. Yeah. They see you as an avenger, group number 2. They see you as someone who likes to balance the scales of justice. Because whatever happened to you, group number 2, and you know what? By now, I think you all know if this is your group or if it's not, because it feels very specific, but it could. This is an experience that could have happened to more than a few people. We know that. Whatever happened to you, group number 2, you are fighting. You are a activist against whatever happened to you. Whatever happened to you was the result of systemic abuse too. You know what I mean? Like systemic racism. Some of you all, and I'm very sorry whatever happened to you this event. It sounds like it was like horrific. It sounds very traumatic. Whatever happened to you was the result of faulty really oppressive, racist, like systemic stuff, group number 2. And you've gone out to advocate not only for yourself, but you've advocated for others. You are insisting that justice be, that justice prevail in the case of you and others like you, group number 2. So they see you as this activist. They see you as a person that has a cause, who's fighting. And your new person also sees your inner child. This is what makes this person such a powerful, I want to say I'm sensing this person as a powerful healer, because they see your inner child, group number 2. You know, underneath all of the activists, because I believe you come off as very strong. You come off, you're articulating your cause very well. You're meeting with powerful people. You are creating change politically and socially, group number 2. And this person, when they meet you with, while you are wearing the mask of the Avenger. They meet you when you're wearing that mask. So they're just like, whoa, who is this powerful person? And they're attracted to you because, you know, you're beautiful, group number 2. I mean, you know, you are. And when they meet you, they're hearing, maybe they hear you speak, maybe they're in the audience, maybe they're watching you on YouTube because somebody filmed you speaking, whatever, wherever they like first come in contact with you in terms of first seeing you, there's something, while they're looking at you, they see your inner child. They see this wounded part of you. But they also see this magical little child in there. Someone who has so much capacity, so much beauty, so much belief in higher states of consciousness, because they see this in you too, like you are committed to higher states of consciousness. It's just that the work that you do is more about making sure that our communities are held accountable to creating environments where higher states of consciousness can continue to exist. You know what I mean? Wow, I don't know where that came from, but that's what your mission is, you know? And it's kind of like group number 2, this person sees in there all the strength, all this like intelligence, but they also see this like little young part of you. This person has that ability to see the inner child in people. That's how they do a lot of their work. And they've been doing this love work, not necessarily with intimate partners, but they've been extending love as part of their purpose. And part of that process for them, this person's so fascinating. They can see people's inner child. They can see even the wounded inner child. And they have a way of connecting with everyone's inner child and introducing themselves as a beloved friend to that inner child. So group number 2, that person sees your inner child and is not only captivated by this magical part of you, they fall in love with it. It's like such a beautiful part of you that they see. Now, the other way that they see you, group number 2, is as a rescuer. Someone who, again, that fits with your activist side. But your activist spirit is telling me, no, this is your activist side, but the rescuer has to do with your new person. They're showing me, group number 2, that you will rescue them as well. They see you as their rescuer as well. Wow. Wow, this person is deep, group number 2. They're saying that you will help them too. You have the capacity to help them, group number 2, because in all that they do, all the responsibilities they've taken on, they still have a life that they have to be accountable for in terms of their wealth and, you know, what their family has done. And, you know, a lot of this work for them it weighs heavy on their soul. And you too, group number 2, will have the ability to help them to heal. They're showing me that they need constant healing. They're not in deep need, but they imagine that they want a partner they can go to share their moments, you know, whatever those moments are. You know, they're saying they know they're not invaluable. Like, they know they're not like on some island, you know, ruling over everything and just everything's good. They're very aware of their humanness, their vulnerability. So they see you as a rescuer, group number 2. Spirit is showing me there's moments where you will have them in your arms. You will be comforting them. You will be uplifting them, group number 2, as well. So beautiful. So beautiful, group number 2. How do you see them? As the Fool, definitely the visionary. And the healer, of course. So group number 2, Spirit is showing me, like, when you meet this person and this person says to you, I want to pour love into you, they're going to say it way more eloquently than I can, group number 2, but they're going to propose to you that you allow them, give them access to your heart. They're going to specifically ask you this. This is deep, group number 2. They're specifically going to say to you that they want to help you heal, and that they propose this healing through service to your heart. You know what's deep is that when you hear this from them, you're like, this person is a fool. Like, this person doesn't know what they're doing. This person, I've never heard anyone even propose this to me. I don't even know who this is. Probably some narcissist. Like, your mind just goes off. Like, you're just like, I don't think so. But as there's some things that happen, group number 2, that let you know that this person, not only are they a healer, they're a very powerful healer just by reputation. I'm getting this for a few of you, that's the work that your person does. They are a powerful healer. Some of them a shaman, some of them shapeshifter, like indigenous work for some people. If they're indigenous, like, this person could also be from, while this person could be European, they could have like in European indigenous roots, I'm hearing, and there are some groups like that, like the Sami. This person could be in touch with their indigenous roots of their culture, you know, like maybe they're Irish or Scottish, or, you know, like they may know of long lines of their family lineage. Either way, group number 2, when you meet them and you hear them, again, the fascination is mirrored, right? Like, whatever this person thought about you, you also think about them. Like, you hear them speak. Maybe you both are on a panel. Maybe you both are at a conference. I don't know. Wherever you meet, you hear this person speak. You hear this person's story, and you're blown away, group number 2. You're literally blown away by this person's, not only the stories of their healing, the stories of the work that they do, you're blown away by their entire being, their energetic level. You can sense this is a high vibrational being. And the things that this person says, it's otherworldly. Like, they're thinking on levels that you rarely hear other people talk about. And so group number 2, there's something inside of you, while you don't believe this person wants to really come towards you and do this healing work, at the same time, you're like, I'm being offered this fantastic thing from this powerful being. So there's parts of you that are kind of torn, group number 2. I could see why. Let me see about the season that you all are in. You know the season that you're in, group number 2, and this might be specific for some people, but some of you have just entered menopause, so you might be older. This Lord, the Emperor, is usually an older person, someone who's way more mature. So this group in general, you may not be in the earlier parts of your life. You may be in the second half of your life. So you might be in your 40s or your 50s. Some of you might be in your 30s, but I would say not much younger. I would say for the most part, many of you are in your late 40s, 50s, maybe even older. Either way, you're experiencing menopause or getting ready to. And so if you're not experiencing menopause, the energy of menopause is about all cycles now. When you're in your maiden and your mothering phase, you are kind of moving with the different cycles of the moon, right? And you're just having that like experience with each phase. When you get to menopause, you're just dealing with the energy of all phases. All phases are your energy, like you're pulling from all phases in a different way. Like you're connecting with all phases of time. Like there's not a moment you need to wait for. It's like you are able to pull the energy at all times in all timelines. So that's why the mistake that this society makes about women in menopause is they think that the women in menopause are powerless or not beautiful anymore. And the opposite is true. This is when you're most in your power, is when you're in menopause, because you're able to pull the energy from all aspects of life, from all timelines, into your current moment that you're in, that you're consciously aware of. This is why the teachings of the divine feminine are so important, because if you lose out on this, you can spend some of your most wealthiest, prosperous time is when you're in menopause. But you have all of these women out here, you know, lasering away, you know, cutting away, inserting, you know, like they're doing all of this work to get back to a time where they weren't even powerful. This is the time you're powerful in. And so for many of you, if you are close to menopause, maybe heading that way, or you've just entered it, or you've been in it, you are in your power. And that could be filling a lot of the energy for the Avenger in your area. But whatever this is, it's like you may have, group number 2, sat with this grief and this disappointment and this injustice for quite some time in your life. But you decided to become empowered and start to advocate for yourself and to heal yourself. And this is for some of you, this is happening later in life for something that might have happened to you years ago. But you're advocating for it now. Like you've decided that, no, I'm not going to keep living in this brokenness, even though there is something emotionally still there for you to heal, but that healing's coming in. And you might meet in the spring, or this relationship is going to open you up like a spring flower, group number 2. I have a feeling there's a lot of sexual healing here that will happen. This is when this person says, I want to pour into you. They're going to pour into your heart, but they're also going to pour into your yoni. They're going to, like, this is, I'm assuming, a masculine, feminine, or, well, actually, I'm just assuming all relationships. Everybody can pour into your yoni. Everybody can pour into your yoni, regardless of the partner's gender. They're going to pour the healing energy. So you might do sexual healing work, group number 2. with each other. Yeah, this is definitely a new love. Let your friends help you. Very interesting. I have a feeling, group number 2, that there is a friend between you and this new person. Meaning a friend knows this person. A friend may introduce you to this person. A friend might actually, you might go to a friend and say, oh, you know, I think I'm about dating again. Do you know any people that that you can kind of introduce me to? And this friend will be like, oh my God, I just reconnected with my old friend, blah, 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 blah. They're perfect for you. Like something serendipitous is going to happen where this friend is going to be the bridge between you and this new love. Now, what are some possible challenges you might experience in the beginning of this relationship? We have the fates. The fates are saying here, reality's fabric unravels and spins anew, allowing you to avoid or erase an event as if it never happened. Wow, group number 2. And then Talon, every magic item in your possession disintegrates immediately. Whew. Okay, this is going to be esoteric, group number 2, so put your seatbelts on. But this Fates card right here, where it says like allowing you to avoid or erase an event like it never happened. I believe that this healing, this relationship is going to heal you in a way, group number 2, where when you come to that moment of true healing and realization and resolution, it will feel in your body, group number 2, as if that trauma never happened. Receiving the love of this new person, receiving their healing love, because I don't get that it's just regular love, group number 2. This person is on some next level shit with their healing. Whatever they're giving to you in whatever method, this love that they're giving, it's very therapeutic. And when you receive it, not in, and I'm saying this in respect to whatever your trauma is, we're not trying to say that the intention is to just heal and forget, but we are saying that the intention is to know that your body doesn't have to hold that trauma anymore. And this person is going to help you facilitate that, group number 2. Also, you have here, every magic item in your possession disintegrates immediately. Here's what I will say, that many of you over the years have engaged in a lot of different healing modalities, hoping that you could somehow come to resolution or heal your heart. And you've tried a number of different things. And over the years, you've collected a lot of different things and maybe a lot of different processes and spiritual practices. And when you receive this one piece of love, this spiritual practice, therapeutic practice of love, it kind of just takes the power, the philosophies, the gadgets, the modalities, everything else that you've done that in hopes of healing yourself, it just kind of just dissolves, and you allow yourself to just surrender to receiving the purity of this love. So maybe for an example, maybe some of you are just like really heavy into like, and not, I'm just using this as an example. Maybe you're really heavy into like meditation. And so you're always going to like meditation retreats. You're always going on silent retreats for like 10 days here, 5 days here. And you've been like just doing this as a practice, maybe even more often than other people. And it's kind of like when you surrender to this love, group number 2, you realize that you can even pull back from doing all the things that you felt were keeping you like grounded and stable. You realize that it really was just your lack of love, your lack of connection, your lack of nurturing and warmth that was keeping all of these other modalities on your mind. Like once you receive that which you are missing, your heart is full, your soul is full. You don't need to seek out other remedies. You don't need to seek anymore. You are receiving, group number 2. Y'all are deep. Who's working with you? Archangel Jophiel. Yes, this relationship is going to be about your joy, group number 2. It's going to be about going to find your happiness again. You're going to radiate. I mean, it's kind of sad because I feel like this person is looking dark and gray, but I see you in after receiving this love and being in this union, group number 2, I see you radiating very much like this archangel. I see you transform, like sun is around you. You're illuminated. You are an inspiration to people, but you also emanate that with your energy. And there's something like brighter about you, like there's love there. So Archangel Jophiel, you know, if that's an angel that you want to work with and seek help from, that can be a great guide for you on this journey towards your happiness, group number 2. So what's the last message from Spirit? Spirit's like, how can you mother yourself, group number 2? I say with this relationship is about to mother you. It's about to reparent you, group number 2, in a way you've never imagined. I'm making this sound like it's a step thing, like after you receive this love gift, but after you have engaged with this person for a while and your relationship is like really steeped and you both accept it at a certain level, there's been this love exchange, group number 2, you are going to become a deep advocate for love. You are. I'm not going to say that you're not going to advocate for those who have been hurt and traumatized the way that you were in the past. You still are very much going to do that work. But you are very much going to be on the love circuit. You are going to tell people the story of like who you were, group number 2, and how your heart was completely mended and healed by surrendering to a specific kind of love. And you know what? You're going to tell this story because you feel like your divine counterpart can give love to people, but also teach people how to give that same kind of love to others. And you know you've received the more intimate aspects of this relationship with your partner, but what your partner has to offer does not require intimacy with people, not romantic intimacy. And so you are very much going to be a cheerleader for your partner because this person saw something in you, but also saw love and took a risk, because you will tell people, group number 2, you are not going to be an easy customer for your partner. You are not. In the beginning, you are going to fight this person. Not physically or with words. You're used to emotionally closing down. You're used to emotionally shutting off, and this person is just gonna slowly, patiently work with your heart, work with the wound. And they're just there. This person is a master. I've got to learn from them. So, let me know their name, because they must be doing workshops or teaching people or whatever, group number 2. So anyway, what a powerful relationship. What a powerful energy that you both will offer each other. I'm very honored that you all shared this with me and allowed me to share information in this reading. If you resonate with this reading, claim its power in the comments. Give it a thumbs up. Maybe consider subscribing to my channel and clicking that bell so that you get a notification whenever I post a new reading. But thank you so much, group number 2. This is powerful. Let me know more in the comments. I do want to hear from you. I really love hearing how these stories correlate with your lives and your timelines. Okay, take care. Hello, group number 3. You chose this Venus of Warendorf, or I don't know if they even call her that anymore, but she's an old, it's a relic, one of the oldest statues that they've ever found of these little mommy figures. So you chose that, group number 3. So what I could say right away from the energy of this Venus is that you, group number 3, and your divine counterpart, divine feminine, is playing a very powerful and active role for you in this new relationship, group number 3. And there's something very ancient about this divine feminine role. So this is ancient divine feminine. So somewhere in this relationship is operating off of the principles and the energy of very old divine mother goddess. So old, ancient ways of regarding the feminine, when women were goddesses, where women were independent, where women didn't necessarily look for traditional relationships to sustain them. They were very independent and very in touch with their magic and their spirituality. So very interesting, group number 3. So this counterpart that's coming towards you, this divine counterpart who's coming towards you, and again, all of my readings are across gender and sexuality, and so please interchange for whatever resonates with you in these readings. And only take what resonates, you all. You don't have to make everything fit. These are general readings, so not everything will fit. But, you know, I encourage you, if you did intuitively choose this group, to listen to the entire reading, because sometimes there's something very important. It could just be like 1 minute of what I'm saying is very important and stimulates something for you in this reading. But again, take what resonates. So the energy of your divine counterpart, group number 3, is Father Sky. It says trust in the unknown. Wow. This person, in some cases, many cases, can be older. Even though they're older, they are so beautiful, you all. Whoever this energy is, whatever way they embody it. I mean, I know it says Father Sky here, so if they are a masculine, they are so handsome as an older person. They could also be prematurely gray, so that means that they are not that old age-wise, but they have like a head of white hair, and it's like really beautiful and flowing. There's something about this person, like they really resonate well with the age that they're in. If they are feminine embodied, they too could have more gray hair. I'm seeing for some of you, and this is very specific, they may have a streak of gray hair, some kind of maybe white or lighter hair. This person has curly hair though. And maybe some facial hair. This person might be indigenous, from an indigenous culture, whether the Americas or somewhere else in the world. But this person is, let's get to the important parts here. This person is very spiritual, group number 3. But I mean this in a way, not to say that they're some kind of priest or shaman, but I'm going to say that they are very wise. Like they can see, they're a visionary, they're a seer. they can see from a higher perspective. They are, in many cases, people in their community come to them for their wisdom. They're sought out for their wisdom. So if they do have a career, they might be like a counselor or a therapist, psychologist, doctor of some sort. People consult with them. They could be a coach, but people consult with them for their wisdom. And so they could be even a professor, like a professor as well. So, but this is definitely someone who has wisdom in the arts of the unknown. So they could be connected to the occult. They could be a researcher of different indigenous cosmologies or their specific cultural cosmology. Like this is someone who studies their cultural groups, religion or spiritual practices. Whatever this person does, they're very knowledgeable about, oh, this makes sense now, group number 3. This person is very knowledgeable about old ancient practices. So this person might be like an archaeologist or anthropologist, or they do something where they are in touch with a lot of the myths and the cosmology of a lot of different cultural groups, and especially their own. Wow, number 3, they hung with me to explain that. Somehow they're connected. What they've been studying and the divine feminine, it's connected. This represents your energy, group number 3, the spirit self. Be who you are as you are. Interesting. So there's something about you in this energy, group number 3, where you are coming into your own. You are just starting out on a journey of discovering who you are at many different levels. This could be that you're just starting to learn. It does strike me that this image is quite younger than this image. So this person that's coming towards you might be considerably older than you, or group number 2, you have a younger kind of essence to you. There's something about you just starting on the journey of knowing yourself. So it could be that after some years, maybe in age you might be close, but after some years you're just starting on your own journey to know and find out about yourself. And especially if you're embodied in the feminine body, you might be striking out to learn more about the divine feminine, number 3. This is specific for a few people, but somehow I'm just trying to look at your connections and see. So let's see what you all think of each other. I get a sense this is what you think of this Father Sky counterpart. This is what they think of you. Yeah, I could see that your person, group number 3, is very smart, very intelligent. Almost like they could be a scientist, but they believe in spiritual things, like, like a quantum physicist or something like that. This person's very, very intelligent, but they also balance it with their spiritual beliefs. This person also, when you get cards like this, it's kind of like a blank card in this deck. It tells me that there's a lot to this person, more than what any kind of archetype can embody. There's still a lot of depth and mystery to this person. There's different opinions about this person. And so we just hold space for that here. But you also will see them as a storyteller. You will also learn very much from this person, group number 3. That's why I think they're older than you. You're going to learn from their life lessons, their experiences. They also seem to share with you from a higher perspective. You know, like if you share something, you say, I'm upset because A, B, and C happened. They will say, well, let's just zoom out on that and look at it from a higher perspective. Let's look at it from a place of, you know, they're not so much the devil's advocate as they are showing you like what are the possibilities. And so in a way, you really appreciate their wisdom, group number 3. What they see in you is definitely someone who's learning, but someone who's so beautiful. Like you're in touch with nature. You love nature. Like you can even see here, she's holding a piece of fruit. And in here, the energy is kind of close to a bunny rabbit, prosperity. You know, they see you as someone who's very compassionate. You love nature. You love being in touch with nature. You are to them also fertile, I'm hearing. So maybe that's something that they're interested in, fertility. They see that you share your feelings a lot with people. Like you talk about you're not afraid to talk about your feelings. You're not afraid to speak up about things that you see happening. You're not, if there's an elephant in the room, you are pointing it out, group number 3. That's how they see you. But they also see you as somebody who seeks freedom, who wants to be liberated. They don't see you as someone who follows the crowd, someone who just wants to, you know, who just wakes up, go to work, come home, watch TV. You know, they don't see you that way. They see you as someone who's on a quest to know themselves at a deeper level. That's what I keep signaling back to this divine feminine relic. It's almost like maybe you end up studying with this person, taking a workshop of theirs. Let's see. What season? Passion flower. Red tent. Yeah, this is interesting, group number 3, because you got this red tent card. The red tent, if you don't know about the red tent, it's where femmes who bleed, people who bleed, get together, and they really tap into the divine feminine. They do ceremonies and rituals in a red tent. It's like when everybody's on their moon cycle, or, you know, it doesn't have to be everybody on their moon cycle, but they'll set a certain time in the month to come together as people who bleed, women who bleed, and really just get into the divine feminine and empower each other during that time. Now, passion flower, and I meant to look at this really quick because I just want to familiarize myself again with passion flower. In terms of using this, because this deck has like herbs in it as well. One moment, you all. Yeah, it's courageous. I am courageous. Invites you to acknowledge what is new and unknown within you, gently unfurling to climb and wind its way to new heights. In the world of herbalism, passion flower is an ally for soothing the nerves, helps to unwind the fixated mind. Witness your inner dialogue and assess whether certain repeating patterns truly serve you. Okay, exactly what I just read, group number 3. This divine counterpart that's coming towards you, they are going to help you with patterns in your life. You see them. You're on the healing path, group number 3. But this person is going to teach you. They're going to help you recognize and heal those things. Maybe when it comes specifically to romantic relationships, they're going to help you heal those things, break out of patterns, maybe just patterns that aren't useful, things that you've learned from seeing your own parents' relationship. They're going to help you break out of it and see those things. This person is quite experienced. I don't get that this person often engages in love relationships, and there is this age difference between you two that I haven't seen come out yet. Like, what's coming out? Let's see what the potential challenges are in this relationship. Maybe that will come out. Because I don't know if your age is an issue between the two of you, but I see that there is a significant difference in age. It says Minotaur here. It says your party is transported to the entrance of a labyrinth. The only escape is to find the center. A guardian mentor lurks somewhere within. I think I see. This one is Revenant. It says resurrect one dead character. One aspect of their personality is permanently changed. Okay, so for your partner group number 3, this relationship is going to feel like a labyrinth to this person. It's gonna be challenging to this person. Your partner is so at a point in their life where things have become easy because they've kind of learned how to navigate life for some years. But when they come in contact with you, group number 3, they're at a new place. They are understanding that this relationship is a place where they are going to learn too. Okay, so here we go. They have something to learn from you, group number 3, even though you will be learning so much from them and this relationship is very valuable to your growth and ascension, group number 3, they have something to learn from you. And the thing that they have to learn from you, this card is so magical, is that there's a Minotaur. A Minotaur is inside the labyrinth, guarding it. Guarding, why does that word sound not right? Guarding their heart. An aspect of their heart that they weren't sure they were ever going to let anyone have access to is in the center of that labyrinth. And they understand that this labyrinth situation is afoot, meaning they are the labyrinth, group number 3, and you have been set out to find their heart, to find this place that they're seeking to give you, but you're also seeking it. This is interesting. I'm just seeing that. That's what Spirit's showing me, that you are also going to be set off on a journey to find their heart, to have access to this most vulnerable part of them, group number 3, that they have never shown anyone. They have never even found it necessary, really, because they didn't think that they would ever be in a real relationship anymore anyway. So to know that you're on this journey to discover their heart, it could be a little unsettling for them. Now you have Revenant as your challenge in this relationship, group number 3. And it says here that you get to resurrect someone from the dead, but some aspect of their personality has changed and you'll never be able to like change that again. It's like permanently been changed. So here it is. Group number 3, you're looking at this relationship from 2 different angles. One is that you very much see this person as a teacher, as a master teacher for you. You're not under any illusion that you are needing to learn from this person. And you understand that in this learning, in this closeness with your divine counterpart, you are falling in love with this person. And does that love have the possibility of changing this relationship? Yes, it will change this relationship. And will it change some aspect of this relationship permanently? Yes, it will. You are resurrecting. Remember the heart that's in the center of this labyrinth? You are resurrecting something that somebody thought was dead. It doesn't get much deeper, you all. Spirit is just on a roll here. Spirit is like, you're resurrecting this person's heart they thought was dead. But in that process, will it change your relationship permanently? Some aspect of your relationship permanently? Yes, it will. Spirit's just like, yes, it will. And do you need to take a chance on that? You might. Let's see. Well, there's going to be a wedding. And free yourself. This relationship might end up in a wedding. It might. It says that a situation involves a marriage. So, you know, it might end up in a marriage. It says free yourself time. It's time to take back control of your life. Interesting. We can do some tarot cards here too. Time to take back control of your life. Group number 3, I think that this relationship, it has a little bit of a feeling of you all start and stop. You stall a little bit. The Hanged One. Yeah, you all are stalled a little bit in this relationship. I think because you both see that this love can change the relationship. Do you want to go that route, or do you want to take the chance that this relationship could be ruined by love? I don't think so. You've got the Ace of Cups here. I think that you all are very cautious about this relationship right now, but it's something that you definitely both want. But you've got to just allow the past to be the past. You've got to understand, 9 of Wands. Yes, you've had to fight the good fight in a lot of these past relationships. They didn't work out for you, either one of you. But look at that at the bottom of the 4 of Wands, wedding. This is your soulmate. This is a person that will become your spouse, group number 3. And you all will just have to get over some of the heartache of the past. It's not impossible. You have to free yourself from that heartache. And when you do it, you're going to find a relationship that you've always wanted. It might look different than what you thought it was going to be in terms of the ages, but there's something there for both of you, group number 3. If you want help in this relationship, Archangel Hanel, look at that, friendship. Focusing on the friendship in this relationship will keep it balanced, you all. That's what this Archangel is sharing. Focusing on your moon cycles, look at that. Red tent again. So that might be something you get involved with, group number 3. Your moon cycles, this might be something that you end up studying. It may also be a part of your fertility. You all might have children together or talk about having children together. But your psychic abilities too can also be a part of this moon cycle red tint. You know, developing your psychic abilities even deeper and further. But the Archangel Hanel is there for your relationship. So Spirit's parting message for you all. Warrior woman. If you weren't afraid, what would you do? Now, group number 3, this is important because you are being told that this relationship is divine. It's part of the course. It's part of what you need to learn and to grow. And so you see how she's holding that sword? It's large, it's big, and she's holding it upright in front of her third eye. It means that you need to align your thoughts and align your spiritual practice to see this relationship for the gift that it is, and for the strengths and the knowledge and the wisdom that you will gain from each other. Very powerful. Very, very powerful, group number 3. So this is where I leave you. I think that you know now what's coming towards you, and a lot of it is choice after this. So if you resonate with this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing and clicking that bell to know when I upload again. Comment below to claim the energy and the magic of this reading. And otherwise, thank you for joining me. Take care. Peace.